But first and foremost, I want to congratulate you all for coming. We've got everybody just stopped what they were doing and invested in themselves and in their businesses. And we commend you for that. Congratulations for being here. Today, we're going to share with you an opportunity of how you can continue building your business, accelerating your impact. We're actually going to take a little trip into the future, and we're going to offer you an exclusive benefit for being here today. So, without further ado, we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves. Christine?
Thank you, Tricia. So good morning, everybody. I want to tell you about when I started my business. There are two conversations I distinctly remember. This was very early on in the beginning stages. One was with my dad sitting around my parents' dining room table, and he was telling me how it would be 3 years before I started making any money in my business. And I was thinking to myself, how is that even possible? I already have clients, my overhead is really low. I don't think he could be right, even though he had been in business for himself for decades and had a lot of experience in the business world. The second conversation came later that same year on New Year's Eve at our friend's home for their annual New Year's Eve party. And we're talking about my business, we're talking about the year ahead, we're making goals, we're thinking about New Year's resolutions. And I'm telling one of my friends who at the time was in sales, and I told him, I said, all I have to do is get one client a week for every week of the year, and I'll replace the income I was earning. And bless his heart, his face really said it all. Being that he was in sales, he knew a little bit more than I did about, gaining clients, and he just was kind and encouraging. After both of those conversations, I remember thinking, there's this little itty-bitty part of me that said, could they be right? How could they be? This was my business. It was my baby. It was my idea. It was my conception. Everything about it came from me. Well, you know that saying, if I knew then what I know now, they were right. And it is hard in the beginning. But part of it was because of me and my mindset. I was very protective of my business, and I was on this island. I felt isolated and alone, but really, in a way, I put myself there. I was hesitant to hire a coach or join a paid mastermind group or a networking group. I really felt like I can do this on my own. And I did do a lot on my own. But I was also limiting the impact that I could make, that ripple effect of doing more with my business and my time and helping other people was very limited. Well, fast forward, I got out of my own way. I hired a coach. I met other money coaches, which is what I do, and you'll hear throughout in the presentation. I joined a mastermind group. I went to Tricia's Fired Up and Focused retreat, which was amazing. And the more I was investing in myself and in my business, the more it started to flourish and thrive. So as we are all here today, that's just a little bit of my story. I know as we get to know each of you, we'll learn more and more about you, and you'll learn more about Tricia and I, but that's just a little bit of where I started. Tricia, will you share with the group a little bit about you?
Thanks, Christine. So for years, I was the breadwinner in my family. I had a corporate job. I climbed the corporate ladder. I was exactly where I thought I wanted to be. And to me, success meant making money, feeling safe and secure, being settled. But eventually, over time, the pain of feeling purposeless in that corporate job outweighed the fear of feeling safe and secure. So impulsively, well, not really impulsively, but kind of impulsively, I took the leap and I just left my corporate job and I started my own business. And for a little while, it felt courageous, and then it felt absolutely scary. I was in fear. I was afraid I was going to fail. I was afraid about how we were going to pay the bills. I was afraid if we were going to, lose our house, let alone living the lifestyle I was accustomed to living. So paradoxically, what I did was I chose to, despite fear of not paying the bills and money, I chose to invest in my business with a business coach, the best one I could find. And that business coach brought me together with other women that gave me the courage and helped me kind of quiet that fear that we all have about how are we going to make it work. And it gave me the courage to leave that meeting, every week leave that meeting and engage in revenue generating activity. Best investment, till this day, best investment that I made. And some of those women are still friends of mine. So what this did for me, it's 2 years in, and I'm still not where I was financially in the corporate job, but I absolutely feel like I'm living my purpose, and I absolutely feel like I'm going to get there. And what I'd say the biggest thing I learned is I got to redefine what success means to me. So we're excited to share that same type of journey with you today.
Yes, absolutely. So Tricia and I, we don't claim to know it all. We don't know everything, but what each of us have learned on our own and in talking to other business owners who are very successful, that you have to invest in yourself and invest in your business, right? So this is statistics about businesses who flourish, who participate in mastermind groups. The statistic that sticks out to me is the one about accountability. I don't know about all of you, but I am great at making to-do lists, and I am great about reprioritizing my to-do list, and I'm great about putting out fires and working in my business instead of on my business. And when you work in your business instead of on your business, then you limit your growth and your potential. When you're part of a mastermind group, hire a coach, part of a coaching program, well, there's that inherent built-in accountability that truly helps businesses flourish. Tricia, what about you? Which statistic sticks out to you?
I think problem solving, again, redefined what a problem is. I have learned, as a mindset coach, certainly I've had an opportunity to continue building my mindset, building my mental muscle, but I see fewer things as problems than I used to. To me, they're opportunities. I like to be able to play in that world of what some might think is a problem. What is this telling me? So it's almost like a fun game. Problem solving turned into a fun game for me. And I'd say revenue increase. Like I said, having the courage with those women that were supporting me in my business coaching program, like it gave me that courage to take scary but revenue generating action after our sessions. I know. I know what you're thinking right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm too afraid to speak up and tell people how I feel. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of everything. I get it. Like, we all live this every single day, right? They're barriers. They're barriers. Again, I congratulate all of you who came here despite the barriers. I know there's some conflicting things going on, but you're here. You're investing in you. So I get it. I understand that these are things that we can use. We can use them as excuses, or we can use them to fuel us. Christine, what stands out the most to you? What was, I say, your biggest barrier?
All of them. There really isn't one that held me back for sure. I look at all of them and they just, especially money, because I'm a money coach, right? So anything that I'm investing my money in, I want a return on an investment. Time, right? I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a community member, I'm on boards of organizations, right? How can we get more time? We can't get more time. So all of these have been barriers, but we can overcome them.
Mine is failure. So having a career in sales for 30 years, my value was based on my results. If I sold, I was fantastic, and if I didn't, I was a failure. And that's hard, and that's hard still trying to overcome that. But failure is something that really resonates the most with me, is being afraid of failure.
Don't you call it the F word?
The F word. It is the F word. It's the F word I don't like to say. The other one I do. So that really resonates with me.
So how are we going to get over these barriers?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I would love to take about 10 minutes to invite you to do an exercise with me. And this is an exercise that really, I'm going to say, takes you into the future, allows you to fast forward and look back on your life, look back on where you are today. So if you'd play with me for a few minutes, I'm hoping that this will be very insightful for you. And it's called the Wiser Elder Self. I'm going to invite you to visit your wiser elder self and look back. And that wiser elder self is going to help you navigate your future. So, this is where you get to see yourself as your hero.
So I did this exercise before I even knew Tricia, but I believe it's the reason why Tricia and I are here together today. When I had this conversation with my elder, wiser self, it was similar contentment and be present, because I'm often forward thinking, like what's next, what's next. And it was also with the work that I do, I make an impact, but I want it to be greater and bigger. Not for me, but for the ripple effect that it can have with another person and the lives that they touch and within their communities, and how that can have a ripple effect, not just in central New York, right, or New York State, but really the world. And so I think when we take time to pause and do an activity or an exercise like this, we're open to the possibilities of what may come. And really what came was I met Tricia. She then also did this activity. And the bond that she and I are creating and what we are striving to do with Success Circle, starting it with a mastermind group that we will tell you all about. But we just want all of you to reach your full potential so it can have that ripple effect. What do you think, Tricia?
Like you, Christine, I think we were brought together, and our elder wiser selves told us to create a network of entrepreneurial-spirited women who support and empower each other and thrive through collaboration, mentorship, and accountability. And our vision is to have all of our members over the years reach their true potential and make a difference in the world. And that's why we're here today. We are building this community.
This is so exciting because this is really our launch. Like we've been posting out there on Instagram, we've been putting emails out there, but like hearing you say this, like I'm getting goosebumps because we've been planning and planning. But this is our vision. It's truly what we're trying to accomplish.
And looking to guide ourselves and others on transformation. Christine, share with us a little bit about the transformation that you've seen your clients make.
Thank you. I want you to meet Andrea. Sally, you may know Andrea because she's also a good friend of Juliana's and mine. Andrea, like all of us, we all have our own unique money mindset. Now, when we're small children, we learn through our parents' behaviors. Then, just like Andrea and all of us, we start working. Maybe it's babysitting. And we start earning our own money. And inherently, we're either a spender or a saver from a very young age. If you have children of your own, or if you think back to your own childhood, when you got money in one hand, did you squirrel it away and save it? Or were you like begging your mom and dad, please take me to the store? We continue growing up. We mature. We start working. Andrea got married. Her husband brought his own money mindset to the relationship. They have 3 beautiful children, and then Andrea started her own business. She's a social worker. Now she has her money mindset about her personal finances with her husband, raising their family. And then she also has a mindset of managing and running her business and the cash flow coming in and out of her business. Now, I'm not going to tell you specifics about Andrea and her thoughts and her mindset, but we all have this unique money mindset and how it either propels us forward, holds us back, limits us, empowers us. But one thing that I know for sure is that we all have the power and potential within ourselves to create the life that we want. And money does not have to hold us back. Thank you, Tricia.
Yes.
Will you share a little bit
Yes.
about your client?
This is Shanna. You probably don't know her because she lives in Oklahoma. Shanna is a performance coach for elite athletes, high school and college students. And she has a mission to help them manage their mindset so that they don't spiral. And we do hear about elite athletes spiraling. So she was really struggling to get her message out. So I helped coach her through her mindset around sales and marketing. And once we peeled back the layers, we realized her definition of sales was that what she learned in the oil and gas industry for many, many years. So you can probably imagine that's a whole different kind of sales than she was looking to do. But once we peeled it back and realized what she really wanted to do was just basically get out and tell her story as an elite athlete herself, she flourished because she redefined what sales meant. Just like I said at the beginning, we redefine what success means. That's what mindset is. It's being able to create our own labels on the things that we see. So Shanna is blossoming and helping these elite athletes keep a good lifestyle and still perform as athletes.
How transformational.
So when we talk about transformation, we talk about limiting beliefs. Christine, tell us a little bit about how we can turn our problems into solutions.
So do you remember at the beginning of this, we had the word barriers to the left and excuses with a big X through it? We can flip our mindset. And if we saw them as barriers, which we all face barriers, right? We can also turn them into solutions. So for me, time is a huge one, right? They say the days are long, but the weeks and months and years fly by. Well, if we are just so busy working in our business all the time, it's very hard to carve out the time to work on our business if we are trying to do it independently on our own. Money. I'm a money coach, right? I always think about money. I want to get a return on my investment, whether I'm spending money for my personal life, we just bought a camper, or in my business, investing in a course, a coach, whatever it may be, hiring somebody to do marketing for me, whatever it is, I want to know that I'm making an investment that is going to give me a return on my investment. I love vulnerability, and what I love about this is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. When I talk about vulnerability, when I do workshops on my own, oftentimes I'll show a picture of me jumping off of a rock about, I don't know. I mean, every year we used to go, we went with Juliana's family and Andrea's family to Wellesley Island camping, and there was this rock. It's probably not 20 feet in the air. I know I'm exaggerating, but however high up in the air it is, we're standing it and we jump in. And every year the kids get excited and they talk about it, and we get there and you're standing there and your toes are looking, you're looking up past your toes, and it's like, man, that's really far down. And I just repeat the mantra in my head: life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It's beautiful what can happen when we put ourselves in that situation. And then fear, right? Another mantra I say to myself all the time is be bold and be brave. I don't want fear to hold me back. I don't want to miss out on things in life, in my business, with friends, with family because of fear. So we all know Tricia thinks failure is the F word, so I'm going to turn it back over to her.
We can redefine failure. I think that's my word for today is redefine. Redefine what success looks like, redefine what failure looks like. And I'm really I've been more and more subscribing to the fact that when we do something, we either win or we learn, right? We don't lose. There's always something to learn, always something that can help us fail forward. I'm sure you've probably heard that before, is fail forward, fail, but keep moving forward. And I also, I don't remember who said it, but if you're not failing, you're not growing. So fail away.
It's scary.
It
but
is.
But it's really true.
It is.
It's really true.
It is. But if you look at failures, something different than it is. Like, we get to define every word we use. We get to define our lives. It is, we got it. We can create the lives that we want. So as we continue down this path, we want to guide you to turn your barriers or problems into solutions so that your business can flourish. You can solve problems more quickly, and you can have accountability to yourself and to your community and to your business and to your customers. So how are we going to do that, Christine?
All right, well, let's tell them about the program. Okay, so a mastermind group that we have developed and created consists of what you see here on the board. Weekly, 1 hour virtual sessions, because virtual makes it easy. It makes us able to show up every week. We are also going to have 2 full-day retreats. Tricia will have the first one in February with with mindset. Hey, surprise, you're going to do money. And then I will be doing the full-day retreat based on your money mindset. The key thing with the money retreat is when you leave, the very next day, you will start taking a profit from your business. I know that may sound kind of crazy. You don't even know me. You don't know my cash flow. But what I know is behaviors and systems. If you have good, healthy habits and behaviors, and you know the system, how to manage the cash flow coming in and going out of your business, you can start taking profit immediately. Beyond what you see here, I want to break down for you a little bit about what the the week-to-week retreat, the week-to-week virtual sessions consist of. So each time we get together, we're going to talk about our weekly win. We want to celebrate your successes. We're also going to set a goal, a weekly one, where when we leave the session on Wednesday, you're picking one goal that you're working on, and it's okay if you get to the following Wednesday and that's not your weekly win, or that you didn't completely fulfill the goal. We just want you to have accountability to the group that, yes, I'm making a goal, this is what I'm going to work on. On Fridays, we're going to ask you to submit your bud, rose, and thorn. If you're not familiar with what that is what's something new that happened in your business this week? What's something great that happened in your business? The rose. So the bud is something new, the rose is something that's going really well. And then the thorn is what's something that's not going well. And you'll post it into our community. Also, with the weekly groups, we are going to have hot seats. So 2 members each week will have the floor, so to speak. They will share their biggest issue, what they've done to solve their issue, and how they're seeking support. And then we, not just Tricia and I as the facilitators, but everybody in the group are helping each other to solve their problems. I had to write down notes because I'm so excited with everything that we had packed, that we're packing into this mastermind group. Okay, there's a commitment, right? So it's really important to know that this is a small group of 6 to 8 women on top of Tricia and I. Central New York, so this is unique. We're not working with women in California, although one day we hope to be, right?
Yes.
But this is Central New York, 4 counties, Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga. While we're meeting virtually, through the weeks, we also get to come together at these 2 full-day retreats. And when we say full day, we're going to pamper you guys. This is going to be not only a lesson in education around your money and your mindset, but you also get to be pampered that day as well. 2 last points I'll make about the mastermind group. Inherently, you're going to make friends. So Tricia shared with you that from the group she joined when she first started her business, she is still friends with these individuals. They've invited her to participate in speaking events. She goes to them when she's troubleshooting a problem, when she's celebrating a success, and I do the same with the connections and the colleagues that I've made. And then lastly, We're going to celebrate. Because how often in your life and in your business are you striving to get to the next goal? Well, when I hit this dollar amount, or when I get this many clients, or when my office looks a certain way and I was able to, decorate it how I want. Instead of always trying to hyperachieve and get to the next level, we really want to encourage celebrating where you are and all that you have achieved. And pat yourself on the back and look from where you came from to where you are now. Am I leaving anything out, Tricia?
No.
Other than your
Yeah.
burning question of how much is this going to cost?
Probably not, because I just showed the slides.
Oh, you did?
did.
You switched it?
Accidentally.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, that's okay.
So our mastermind group going forward will be an investment of $4,800, $800 a month for 6 months. However, this is the inaugural group, and we want to invite you and those of you that are watching this video to be a part of our founders group, to co-create this program for what it is today and what it is going to be years to come and generations to come. So with that, we're discounting this cohort only, the founders rate of $3,600 of an investment, $600 a month, okay? We are looking for this co-creation. In addition, as founders, this is just the beginning of our community. We have broad visions of creating space, creating community. As founders, you will always get exclusive benefits that the masses won't get. But wait, there's more. If you are to pay in full, if you apply and you get accepted and you pay in full, the fee is $3,300 investment. But wait, there's more. You all committed to coming here today to invest in yourselves. If you choose to apply and you apply by the 15th, you will get a bonus coaching session, transformational coaching session, one with Christine, Money Coach, one with me, Mindset Coach. So we're jam-packing all of this in for you who joined us today. And I'm going to go off script.
Okay,
and I'm going to
do
offer
it.
it to everybody that's watching our video.
Awesome.
Why not, right? They probably couldn't be here today. They're taking the time to learn about this. So in summary, for those here today, apply by October 15th. If you are selected, $600 a month, unless you choose to pay in full. Did I cover everything?
Yeah, and the bonus.
And the bonus, the coaching sessions.
Yes.
Okay, now what?
Well, let's just spell it all out. So the application is due by November 15th. Between November 15th and December 1st, you guys get to interview us. So we want to make sure that you know what you're getting involved in, that you're committing your time and your money over the next 6 months. So as much as we're going to interview you because we want to learn more from you than just what we're reading on, through the application, we really want you to ask us whatever you want to know about us professionally, personally. We're an open book. It's really important to us that we are curating and creating a group of women that are going to mesh really well together. And that means, does our vision and mission resonate with you? Does it align with your goals for your business? If it does, well then do we align with you? That's really important to know as well. Tricia and I will select the participants on December 1st. Those who are selected are required to pay the deposit on the 5th, or if you're paying in full, you would pay the whole sum. And then get ready, buckle up, because on January 10th, we are going. And we're going to go for 6 months, 24 meetings. I explained earlier, what we're covering in the meetings, the 2 full-day retreats. And at the end of the 6 months, if we go back to Tricia's earlier statistics slide when she talked about 18.6% growth in your business.
Revenue growth, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
could you potentially be?
Yes. Yes. So thank you for that. I failed to mention that. Let's say you're earning $4,000 a month right now. If you grow the way the average mastermind participant grows, you're just under 20% growth. You take that, that's almost $800 a month, compounding month after month after month. You're going to see your return on investment pretty quickly in joining the mastermind group. So thank you for that reminder, Christine. And our hope is we've created quite a bond because we've been masterminding for 6 months. We want this for all of you as well. So as we continued building this, I can't tell you how much in alignment we were through the process. And when we thought about putting this presentation together, that I have to keep plugging in, we both came up with our ending quote separately.
I'm getting goosebumps again because when we sat down virtually to actually sit and work on the presentation, we both brought this quote to it. So she and I are in our alignment. You get the best of both of us, and we hope you'll join us.
Yes. And now we'll answer any questions that you have,
Yes.
or even questions that you don't have that'll help us communicate this better to the rest of our community. So help us co-create this presentation. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank
what
you.
questions can we answer for you?